Well, we were expecting some weather in New Orleans tonight, but it is held off. It is an absolutely gorgeous night in the Bayou State, and we've got a great matchup for you tonight as the #1 player in the country, Leonard Fournette, leads St. Augustine against John Curtis, led by Malachi Dupree, the #1 wide receiver in our ESPN Recruiting Nation rankings. A great New Orleans matchup for you tonight. And we welcome you to the Geico ESPN High School Showcase. In New Orleans tonight, we get set for John Curtis and St. Augustine from legendary Tad Gormley Stadium here in New Orleans. A great night for football, and we welcome you inside our broadcast booth alongside UMass Hall of Famer Rini Ngolia, Adam Amin. There is no state outside of Louisiana that produces more NFL talent per capita. That's something we found out from our Recruiting Nation folks earlier in the week, and because of that, we always have an eye on this state. Now, this state, and this year in particular, has produced a ton of talent, and we're going to see two of the best players in the country tonight. We're going to start with Leonard Fournette, not only the #1 running back, but the #1 overall player in our ESPN 300.
Yeah, to say I'm excited to see Leonard Fournette's an understatement as a former running back. The total package, 6'1", 230 pounds, great speed, power, athleticism. You know, he can run around you, run by you, but he can put his shoulders down and run over you. That's why the colleges love this kid. He's an every down back and just a great, great player. Size, speed, 6'4", 200 pounds, is a nightmare for smaller defensive backs, can stretch the field, go up high, point the ball. And what I really like about him is he plays in a veer offense. He's very unselfish, and he's a great blocker. Not a lot of people talk about that. Watch him tonight. He's a great blocker.
Obviously, the name is going to be connected, but J.T. Curtis's father, John, essentially founded John Curtis Christian High School, and he's now in his 45th season as the head coach of John Curtis. He has racked up 25 state championships. This is one of the legendary programs in the state of Louisiana. Meanwhile, Cyril Crutchfield took over just a couple of years ago. He's now in his 2nd season at St. Augustine, took over for David Johnson, who left to take an assistant position at Tulane. St. Augustine's 2-1, John Curtis is 4-1, and a great Louisiana matchup is underway tonight from Tad Gormley. It is Malachi Dupree from the 18-yard line, and he's out across the 30. Just a junior. The first play from scrimmage, Dante Jones picks up a couple of yards. Plenty of cushion given to him by the Texas commit, Jermaine Roberts. Here's Washington running to his left, and he lost the football. It bounces out of bounds, but from behind, Theron Williams came up to jar it loose. The junior with a nice defensive play. It turns into a loss of 7, and it's 4th down. Waved off by Roberts. The ball kicks loose back to the 30-yard line. And it's going to be picked up by John Curtis. St. Augustine touched it on the punt. Engaged in a block. Waved off by Roberts. The ball kicks loose back to the 30-yard line. And it's going to be picked up by John Curtis. St. Augustine touched it on the punt. Engaged in a block. Devon Haynes ended up touching the football with his foot, and John Curtis recovers.
And it's just very undisciplined football. If you're the return man, you have a key phrase that you yell, whether it's poison, something to let the blockers know, get away from the football.
2nd and 6 from the 24. An inside handoff. Morera spins off a tackle, trying to stretch it to the edge. He gets a block, and he makes a move, and he's inside the 10-yard line, dragged out inside the 5. He's at the 4. It's a run of 19 yards, and it's 1st and goal.
And John Curtis is in business.
1st and goal. Here's Washington keeping it. Washington towards the pylon. He reaches, and he's in. Touchdown. 7-0 lead. The miscue by St. Augustine leads to good field position. And there's Washington reaching for a touchdown. St. Aug will come out of the field on offense for the first time, and you get your first look at not only the #1 running back in the country, but the #1 player overall in our ESPN 300. It's Leonard Fournette, but he is a well-built, extremely talented running back. And he'll get the call, and he's got space on the first play from scrimmage for St. Aug. He breaks a big one. Kenny Young finally shoves him out, but the first touch for Fournette leads to 27 yards. Automatic first down either way. 1st and 10. Back to Fournette. Breaks a tackle and then cuts it back with a big hole for a first down and more out to the 31-yard line. A run of 18.
Watch his footwork here, folks, out of the pistol set right there. Jukes a couple guys in the backfield, then he gets north and south. Watch him get behind his pads right there.
They go right back to Fournette, who puts his shoulder down, and he works near the first down marker. 55 yards already for Fournette. They go right back to the #1 player in the country. Breaks another tackle. He's inside the 10 and out of bounds at the 4. Kenny Young got to him, but not before 17 yards. He's up to 72 yards already.
Watch the left side of the line. Peyton Winbush, Ricky Amos. Look at the blocking. Controlling the line of scrimmage against Curtis.
With Fournette to his right. He will throw to the near side of the end zone, and Marlon Watts goes up top. Can't haul it in. Terrence Alexander had the coverage. That was 2nd and goal, now 3rd and goal to go. Jackson inside the 5, pressing forward. Did he break the plane or no? One official says yes, now both say touchdown.
And good job by Jackson. He sees it, he's in the pocket, he sees it spread open. Nice job as he steps up, becomes a running back, and knows when he gets to the goal line, put those shoulders down. All you got to do is break.
Split backs, and they go to Raekwon James, and he tumbles forward for 6 yards to the 40-yard line. Dupree, bottom of your screen. Goes to Dupree on 2nd and 4, and Malachi Dupree is into St. Aug territory. He's got the first down, and he's out to the 47-yard line. A 13-yard pickup for the #1 wide receiver. He's at the top of the screen. Instead, they'll go underneath to Bordelon. Jacob Bordelon with the catch to the 35-yard line. Good enough for a first down and a pickup of 8 yards. 3rd and 5 from the 30. Dupree, bottom of your screen. Washington has the option if he wants it. He'll pitch it late. Here comes James. Breaks a tackle from Alexander. He's still on his feet inside the 25-yard line. Washington straight up the middle looking for the first down, and it looks like he should have it.
Malachi Dupree.
1st and 10. A throw to Dupree. He beats Roberts, and he's in for a touchdown. 11-yard score, and the #1 wide receiver in the country puts John Curtis on top on a good pass from Washington.
Again, Roberts has to give Dupree cushion. It's just a stop route. Watch how he catches it with his hands. Nice job. Sees the defender Roberts come up, gives him a stiff arm.
Oh, big time hit. That's an incomplete pass.
And this one's on Toy Jackson, the quarterback. You cannot do that to your receiver / running back.
The give is to Leonard Fournette on 3rd down. Gonna squirt forward and not much room there for the David Bartholomew punt. Low snap handled well. Dupree's back there, but James is the deep man, and he takes it from the 40. And Dupree's out there blocking for him. Short return out across the 45-yard line. From their own 41-yard line, and a fumble on the exchange, trying to give it to Morera. Dupree's by himself at the bottom of your screen against Roberts. Good patience from Morera on the give. Works to the 35-yard line, a gain of 8, but it'll bring up 4th down. On 2nd and 6, here's Fournette again. Breaks it open. Fournette inside the 50, and he's down near the 45 of John Curtis. 110 yards already tonight on 7 carries. Back to Fournette, touch number 8, stretching it to the left, and he works to the 40-yard line.
And they are doing that tonight, doing an excellent job controlling the line.
Going back to that left side of the line on 2nd and 6, Fournette. So it's 4th and 2, and Leonard is back in the game. He's the pistol back. They go right to him, and he's got the first down. And he stays on his feet, and he's still going to the 20. Back at the 31-yard line. Jackson brought down from behind. Sacked by Ryan Guthrie for a loss of 4 yards. 4th and 20. Jackson wants it all. He's going to throw towards the end zone. It's deflected, and it is caught by Stanley Morgan, and he's down at the 2. An outstanding junior receiver stuck with it.
And Lewis does everything right here, and you see it, the ball goes through him. He actually kicks it back up with his leg.
Looking to sneak Toy Jackson. It wasn't the first surge, it was the second that got him in for a touchdown. A wobbly kick, and it's no good from Zach Nelson. So it remains 14-13. John Curtis, 3rd and 2. Inside handoff. Washington giving it up for Morera, and he nearly got that ball stripped, and he's just trying to hold on to it. He works all the way to the 49-yard line of St. Aug. A 13-yard run for Morera. We've said it. Keep an eye out for him. Back to the inside for Morera. Dives forward to the 27. It's a gain of 4 yards, and it brings up 3rd and short. Marset Andry on the stop.
Your bigger receiver, try to stretch it down the field.
Washington lobs it, and it is bobbled and caught by Morera for a 1st down. He steps out at the 13-yard line, beating Devon Haynes.
We're doing our best.
Good effort there. Here's Washington firing it. He's got James, and he's tackled in the open field by Brandon Williams. 4th and 3, they're going to go for it. And Washington will throw, looking for Dupree over the middle, and he had Bordelon on the near side of the field. Neither one was able to haul it in. Fournette officially 12 carries for 131 yards. Here's his 13th carry. He spins away from another tackler and works out to the 15-yard line for 5 more. So 136 in the opening half. And St. Aug does have 2 timeouts still left.
It's just talent, feel, instincts. Look at that. The spin work, the footwork.
So a 14-13 lead for John Curtis as we hit the halftime break in Fournette. Austin Linden kicks away, and Fournette will get his hands on it from the 15-yard line. A short return out to the 24. From the 24-yard line, right between the tackles, it's Leonard Fournette out to the 31 and a gain of 7. I mean, these are the big-time schools after Kenny Young. Jackson under pressure. Look at that elusiveness. Toy Jackson with a 1st down and more, diving forward near midfield. That's a 17-yard run by Jackson. They'll give it to Fournette on 3rd and long. And Kenny Young was there to prevent him from picking up any more yardage. Got about 4 to the 46. Jackson rolling against the grain, trying to set up. It's a tough throw. Made it in front of the defender, Terrence Alexander, and diving to make the catch, Stanley Morgan. Or make that Marlon Watts, rather. That's Marlon Watts, the senior.
What you have, I think it was the right call. Yes, definitely hit the ground there. You see from the replay.
So it's a turnover on downs. And John Curtis takes over with very good field positioning at the 47. We saw this a lot. Inside handoff, and it's Morera take it off. George Morera inside the 20 and still on his feet to the 15-yard line.
Right up the middle, just a dive play, and you see him come out of there. Ball's a little loose, but he gets it secured and gets to the outside. Good speed and good power.
This time it's a pitch. Here's Jones. He's got space. Full race to the pylon, and he is taken down shy of the goal line. It's Washington on the sneak. And Washington's in for a touchdown. His 3rd touchdown of the night. His 2nd on the ground. He's thrown for a touchdown tonight as well to Dupree. On 2nd down, here is Fournette. Started one way, gets to the other. Young kind of ran him down and tried to bring him down, but it's another 15-plus yard run. It's 18 yards that time to the 42.
If you can stop him at the line of scrimmage.
From the 35-yard line. And these look like plays that should end, and they're just not ending. 3rd and 1. This time it's Leonard Fournette, Leonard's younger brother, trying to stretch to the sideline. Should have enough for the 1st down, and he does. And Jackson is going to take a deep shot down the sideline, looking for Marlon Watts. Alexander had the coverage that time, so two of the top players on the field tonight battling there.
So a good addition for Skip Holtz at La Tech is Marlon Watts.
Good job by Bartholomew to handle it on a 28-yard pooch punt, picked up by Raekwon James. James dives past the 20-yard line. From the 23-yard line, John Curtis up by 8. There's James out across the 25, picks up about 5 yards there from high school to college. Big hole for James, trying to stretch to the sideline, and he does. Swung down by Devon Haynes. It'll be a 19-yard run for James, who's getting in on the act. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it seems like that's go inside handoff. Not much room at all to run that time.
And that allows you to break tackles and make a 5-yard run into a 50-yard run.
And that's a rare negative or no gain run tonight for Fournette. And Isaiah Williams is there on the stop. About a kid who's not even, a quarter of the way through his senior season in high school yet. And there is Leonard Fournette.
Speed-wise, I think AP had him a little bit, but boy, body-wise, Fournette is he's a man-child out there.
Hezekiah White brings him down after a gain of 2 yards. It'll be 4th down. Pressure came in that time. He did get rid of it. There's a flag thrown, though. 34-yard punt. And Alexander works it back to the 45-yard line, but a flag is down. We'll tell you about the penalty here.
Picture perfect ball security. When guys fumble the ball, one of those 5 points is always off. Whether it's the finger's not over the ball or the ball separated from the body. When a guy fumbles, keep an eye out.
Here's Leonard Fournette. Flag comes flying in near midfield. There's Leonard Fournette. Another good run and a 1st down inside the 20-yard line to the 17. Over 200 yards rushing on the night for Fournette. From the 17-yard line, here's Leonard Fournette. Does he have space to the outside? A stiff arm gets him some more yardage, and he bangs his way inside the 5. He's all the way inside the 2.
Watch him get the ball in the left hand. Watch that right hand. Get out of there. Nice stiff arm, and he gives him 2 of them. And boy,
here's Fournette trying to leap towards the goal line. Still on his feet. It's taken this long. Might as well throw up the hands, and there it is. A touchdown. Over 230 yards rushing for Fournette tonight. He finally bangs one in. They got the option. Fournette. Oh, can he make some magic here? Leonard Fournette, are you kidding me? He picks up the 2-point conversion.
Option to the right. Nothing there. John Curtis defenders all over him. Cuts it backside, breaks the tackle, gets it in for the 2-point conversion. We're tied up at 21, and we'll be back to New Orleans. Redoes this field and track for the program. A really nice job for Reggie Bush.
There's a pitch to the outside. A lot of space for James. And he's down the sideline, inside the 20. Still on his feet near the 10.
James catches it. Good blocking on the exterior there by Hunter Thibodeau. And boy, James gets it down the sideline, ball in the left hand, and a nice pickup for John Curtis.
Inside handoff. They go to Morera, who's had a big night tonight. Inside Morera, he breaks through and he walks in for a touchdown, and John Curtis takes the lead. Big night for George Morera. He had 3 touchdowns a week ago, including one with 30 seconds left against Edna Carr for a 5-point win. And he's been a bruiser tonight. 122 yards and his first touchdown to give John Curtis the lead.
And he can throw the ball from this Wildcat position. He's thrown a touchdown this year.
This time he'll carry it again. All these kids know each other. They're all curious to see where the other top players are going to go before they might make their decision. Jackson into the flat. And Kenny Young with another great play to stop Fournette in his tracks. And it's going to bring up 4th down. 1st and 10 from the 44 for John Curtis. Going to go up 2 scores. then they get to square off again. So it's almost like a precursor to what they're going to see in college. Washington over the top. It's Thibodeau, and it's incomplete. Boy, he was off to the races if he caught that. Delayed handoff to James. Really nowhere to go.
Yeah, they're in a punt safe. They just don't want to fake here. They won't put a returner back. They just want the ball back.
Alexander is back there. It's actually going to take a St. Aug bounce. He's probably going to be the workhorse on this final possession or so. Jackson has the option. He'll pitch it to Fournette. And he works past the 25-yard line for a first down. Back to Fournette. And Kenny Young finishes him off shy of the 35-yard line. Picks up a couple of yards there, and it'll bring up third down, about 5 to go. Not much room to go. Still plenty of time in the play clock. Jackson dropped the ball, picks it back up. He's looking down the middle. There's Fournette. Big hit on Leonard Fournette. Hezekiah White, Hunter Dale, both in the mix. Dale came in to jar Leonard Fournette, but a 14-yard pickup on fourth down.
You see the end of it there. Fournette goes up. I love how he goes up, takes a big hit. I guess Dale's trying to pay him back for all those shots he was giving him tonight. I mean, the worst part of this play is that Leonard Fournette has to go out for a play, but he bounces back up. But getting back, you know, Jackson dropped that ball.
No timeout. I heard a whistle, but they just wanted to re-spot the ball. Jackson down the sideline into double coverage. And it's incomplete. Brings up 3rd and 8. Now Fournette can come back out onto the field after he sat out an extra play. 5-man rush. Jackson will throw, and it's incomplete. Brian Lewis with the coverage again on Morgan. The line to gain is the 42. Jackson to throw over the middle, and it's caught. First down for St. Aug. And still on his feet inside the 30-yard line. Stanley Morgan is showing up in some big spots in this game. He converts for St. Aug with 1:35 remaining.
Gets him the ball, and just too soft by John Curtis in the middle. But look at him go up. Knows he's going to get hit.
Jackson to throw. Pumps to the right, dumps it off for Fournette. He's got the first down. He's inside the 5. He's in! Touchdown! With 1:08 to go.
Catches the ball, runs the ball. Here you're going to see him just release, get into the flat. It's just an option route as he beats the linebacker there and just shows you his speed and power down the sideline. And I think Cyrus Crutchfield is going to go for 2 here.
Here we go. They're going to go for 2. And Fournette ready for a direct snap. Jackson firing to the back of the end zone. St. Aug has taken the lead. Stanley Morgan.
It's a great call. You see Jackson very patient in the pocket. Look at him scan. And boy, Morgan gets lost in the back of the end zone, wide open. Nice touch on the ball by Jackson to get the 2-point conversion.
Doesn't look like there's a T there. No, it is not. You're right, Reedy.
There you go. It's oblong. Oh.
Try to squib it again. Picked up at the 35-yard line. And a good return out towards midfield for Dante Jones. We still have 2 timeouts. Option. Washington will keep it. Then he'll get stacked up. Washington looking in that direction. Hit as he throws. Incomplete. Blaze Brown, the safety, came in charging, giving him plenty of cushion. Looking to set up the screen. They do. Here's Morera, and he lost the football. It looked like he dove back on top of it and then went out of bounds. 4th and 6. The line to gain is the 40. Dupree will be at the top of your screen once again. Dupree, the motion man. Washington back to throw, wants it all, wants Dupree, and it's incomplete. No flags, and St. Aug will take over with 19 seconds left.
And Washington tries to get it to Dupree. He's double teamed down the middle of the field by St. Aug. Goes up, he's actually gonna get his hands on it. I like how he high pointed it. Boy, usually Malachi Dupree makes that catch. I'm sure he wished he had that one back. I like how he went up, high pointed it, just couldn't bring it in.
36 carries, it was his touchdown on the reception that got St. Aug within one, and then the two-point conversion, gutsy call by Cyril Crutchfield and his offense to convert to give St. Aug the 29-28 lead, and its defense made the stand it needed on the final possession.
And for the great night for Fournette, maybe the best run was his two-point conversion earlier in the game. Just an unbelievable cutback.
What would eventually become the game-winning play. Jackson takes the final knee, and for the first time ever in 7 tries, St. Aug knocks off John Curtis. Signature win for St. Aug. They open up district play next week. They're now 3-1 on the season, and it's the first 2-loss campaign for John Curtis since 2010. They dropped to 4-2. So they had won 29 straight. They've lost twice in the last 4 weeks. A great game tonight. The players we came to see were dynamite tonight, including Leonard Fournette, the #1 player overall in the country. Currently over on ESPN, great high school football matchup, top 25 matchup, Booker T. Washington and Bishop Gorman. Coming up next here on ESPN2 at Sports Center, for Rini and Golia, Adam Amin saying good night. Here's Jonathan Coachman and Robert Flores.